Welcome to literary lands. Welcome to literary lands.
Thoughts on the bargain that Feyre and Rhys make at the end, that when they die, they go together. Suicide pact!
It's not really a bargain. You can be like, I don't know. That's not like up to fate to decide a little bit. I feel like it's not just like a bargain. I mean, I guess it's like a suicide pact.
What if he trips and falls and like just
accidentally
snaps his neck?
And then she's like, well, shit, here I go.
What if he gets hit by the Valeris Crosstown bus?
Yeah, that's right. Should have stayed there.
Should have been standing.
So you think it's one of those really long buses wrong like that?
Yeah, it's got the kink in the middle. Yeah.
Going crazy.
That's just how Rhys dies in the next book. He gets hit by a fucking bus. No, he won't. We'll bring him back. Don't worry, fans. We'll bring him back. Did you have any thoughts on it this end?
What's the question?
What do you think about Feyre and Rhys having to die together?
I have very little thoughts about this.
Here are my thoughts.
only thought was, this girl has got she's got so many tattoos at this point. She's just making bargains. She looks like, I don't know, she belongs
like
in
Miami Ink
She's
or something.
wearing like a black jacket. She's in Hell's Angels. She's in like Hellions Angels.
She's just starting like these are IOUs.
Well,
This is the
she
shit
had
money.
one. She had one down the
She's
spine.
as good as money.
She's got one with the bone carvers. She's got one with Rhys. She's got one.
Can't keep up.
I don't know. I got one on the spine.
Axis?
Is that what it was? Brexit? Yeah.
Dear Dad.
Brexit?
Whatever.
Brexit. See the
breakfast.
library.
Oh boy.
The blessing. Final thoughts before we move on to fan questions about this book. Because I got a few, but I really wanted to go on my chest. But I want to hear from you guys. Just after finishing this 3-part series, what were your final kind of takeaways at the end of this book? Anything that really stuck out to you?
We talked about pacing in the previous books, and I thought that like the last half of this book was just, I blitzed through, I don't know how many pages. We stopped at like 300, and I think there was about 700 pages or whatever.
Yep.
I felt like I just tore through it, so I appreciated that.
This one, we can see him right there. This is the first and the last book right
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
The last
There's the
book
visual.
felt smaller than the first one, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Although if I were to rank them, I don't know if we're going to do this later, but I would rank them.
You are.
Go ahead.
But
You are.
We are. I was going
Yeah.
to say, it seems like something we're going to do later. But,
So cut, new thought.
no, we can keep that in there. That I had the foresight to think that would be a good question to ask. Yeah.
Scott
You give the foresight.
Scott's fan question from Scott Speeds.
Yeah, what was the question? Oh, wait, yeah.
What did you think of the book as a whole?
So the one thing I noticed, and I kind of hated after a while, is like nothing is straightforward. They leave you with so many cliffhangers and like plot points that get resolved not in the moment. They come back around to help you figure it out. Like you can name 50,000 things, but I can't think of one right now. So I'll think of one.
Well, so
Yeah.
I can
Just like we mentioned earlier, the serial says, "Stay with the High Lord." It was Rhys.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Or there's better examples because that one's probably good.
That's the best
Literary
example
device.
because it's a surreal.
Yeah, right. We should have known.
I was the most upset by, and I've mentioned it already, Lucian's journey. Like seriously, I said it before. I'll say it on camera.
Bye.
He went to he goes on this grand adventure, right? Like they say, oh, Lucian, you have to go find this queen and do all this stuff for us. And I'm like, all right, here it comes, Lucian's redemption arc. He's gonna be this big hero.
Yes.
He went over and farted around in the fairy realm's equivalent of Spain and Portugal. He was in Lisbon this entire time.
He was Lisbon.
And they made a point to say he never found what he was looking for. They made a point to point out that Lucian didn't accomplish shit.
It is a
He
lot
found
of
Barcelona, he got distracted.
Yeah, he did.
you know?
He was in the bullfights, yeah.
He didn't speak Spanish, so
Couldn't find the queen. The queen spoke Spanish.
Baxter.
That made me so mad. I was like, that was a main character that just got thrown into literally the wilderness just to wander around for a while and then get brought back.
I wonder if she forgot about him. Like while she was writing, she's like, Lucian.
Maybe so. Man, that sucked.
The end kind
I
of
was
was
like,
like,
He'll say with them. It's fine.
I was upset with that. I was upset with them not killing off anybody of consequence. They killed off my favorite monsters. They killed off the
did you
bone
hear
carver
that?
and the wheel.
Nobody of consequence.
Oh, and the cereal. Sorry. They killed off the cereal.
He's not dead. He'll be back.
It was like a
Guaranteed.
hodgepodge of just like all these things that just like got thrown in at the end. Like, who were the two people that were hiding out that they were looking for the whole time? They were like, oh yeah, we just left those shields on. Sorry, you were knocking, we couldn't see on the ring camera. We were hiding out. It was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, there are a shit ton of characters in this book, and like,
Yeah, we didn't get notifications.
My phone was on Do Not Disturb.
Trying to understand all of these chords, all of these places, and like trying to piece it together. Where's 9 chord? Where's spring chord? I don't understand. I need,
There it is.
even with the map, you pointed to the wrong one.
I thought Polaris
It's
was on
like-
the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about that? What about the dad? The dad comes
Scott
back.
Discone
Yeah.
still.
The dad got
It's over. You blew it.
Oh.
You ruined it.
the dad got
gonna
Lucian's
say.
redemption.
He was gonna
Made
win
me
us
so
in
He
mad.
did kind of.
He did. You could have given that to Lucian. The dad, the entire time they're saying, "Where's the dad? He's on the continent. Where's the dad? He's on the continent." Here he is, all of a sudden, big hero.
It was just Lucian and the
Shit,
dad
shit.
just hanging out, bar crawling around here somewhere.
Did Lucian even was there even mention, I forget, in like the final fight? Did he actually
No.
jump in and like
He
take
showed
him
up.
out?
He shows up
do
bloody.
shit.
He shows up
Yeah.
with blood all. He's like, but nobody actually. He kind of just was probably laying dead, and just like
Yeah.
once it was over, he just rubbed some dirt and some blood.
I agree though. What you just said, Dad got the biggest redemption
Yeah.
arc by a lot.
Right.
No contest.
The dad's job in
And
this book
why?
could have been done by
So
a little.
we can discuss this later. There will be.
There will be more, I'm sure.
There will be more.
Potential fan question
Yeah.
on this.
There
We
might.
gotta get back to you.
Okay.
Kind of ruins the game.
Getting back to our chair kings, our chair lords. What were just some last thoughts here in this segment?
It was tougher for me to read the last book than the first one because
The words were bigger.
they were longer. But like the first book was like a completely new universe for us to learn, and you just had to like take everything at its worth for like what the author was saying. But by the time we got to the third book, I was like, Lucian, what the fuck are you doing? Like, go help. You know, like we had these ideas like what we thought could have been done differently by the characters.
So you mean it was harder and like you were pissed off more? Like you would have done.
I was
you
more
would have done
like-
things differently.
I was more like conflicted because I wasn't like taking the story for what it's worth, I guess. I was just like, man, I wish this would have happened for some of it. And I don't remember who it was that said
Probably.
like,
Was it smart?
It was
like,
bad.
Jason?
It was
that
bad.
like there weren't any hero
Was it-
deaths. Not that I'm like, yeah, I want a main character to die, but like
That was Sam.
Cassian is like the heroic war general, and like he
Right.
almost died, but then happened to be a healer.
And as yeah.
And
They are
then there
close.
was Amryn, who they had like a perfect excuse to like let her be
Yeah.
in peace and do her thing, and they're
Yes.
like, oh, we like forgot to pick her up from the bar, and like she's
in that bucket over there.
like there was just like a lot of
So Elaine was the seer, right? And Elaine ended up killing King of Hybern. And how did she kill the King of Hybern? Right? She got a blade from Az.
With a knife.
Az had never given that blade
That was cool.
to anybody
Oh, yeah, good point.
ever. And then he decides, you know what? I'm gonna give it to this random person who never fought a day in her life.
As a seer too.
I'm just saying, were they sleeping behind the scenes, and did she give him some inside info?
I think
That's
so.
all I want to know, because I feel like it might have happened.
That was cool because Elaine definitely she got good at the end too. Like the seer power, clearly that's an awesome power. She got to use it a little bit, but then you pair that because that's usually like a cerebral type of power, and she paired that with stabbing him in the freaking neck. Like that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.